G'day, Lemon Eating Cow here, and today I'm back with another Dragon's Dogma 2 video, and this time I'm going to be going over the official patch notes for version 1.050 that was released on the 29th of March. Now currently this is out for the PlayStation 5 and Steam, but Capcom have said they will be releasing one for the Xbox soon. I have had a little chance to play with the patch installed, and I'll go over the patch notes and then I'll give you impressions of what I've noticed changed in the game. So first up, we have adding the option to start a new game when save data already exists. It is completely baffling to me that they didn't have this option from the start. They did have it in Dragon's Dogma 1. The only thing I can think is that maybe it was used to force microtransactions with the Art of Metamorphosis, but the second patch note is kind of taking care of that as well. But really a strange move that they didn't include this in the first place, but it is good they've reacted to the outcry from the community and they have added it in. So this will be an option from the main menu when you start up the game, and when you do try and click on this, it'll say that you have to be aware that it will erase all of your save data. So make sure you are very much prepared to start a new game before you click on this one. Definitely a welcome change. The second point reads, changing the number of Art of Metamorphosis items available at pawn guilds in the game to 99. So previously this was only set to 2, which I can only think was done as a way to force you into using the microtransactions, because this was available in the shop, but only having 2 in-game was a bit of a bum move in my opinion. If you didn't know, the Art of Metamorphosis can be bought at the pawn guilds or the rift shops that are next to the summoning stones, and this allows you to change your character's complete appearance, sex, body, height, everything about them, as well as your main pawns. So very handy, and it would alleviate a lot of that people's want for that new game, I imagine, because most of it would be about reinventing your character. The third note is making the quest that allows players to acquire their own dwelling, where they can save and rest, available earlier in the game. When I did my initial playthrough, I didn't really find this to be an issue. I ended up getting my house at Vernworth pretty early, I thought. But when I played my second character, I started a new account and played a second character. I have ran all the way to Back Batal and skipped all of the story. I've done pretty much none outside the Vernworth town, and I've ran through Back Batal quite a few times. Then I saved my game and updated to the newest patch. And when I was running through Back Batal, past a place I've been many times, an NPC actually stopped me and asked me if I wanted to buy their house for 30,000 gold. So that is, it seems like to me that this has been definitely improved. And I imagine in Vernworth as well, they will stop you and ask if you want to do that house quest a lot earlier in the game. Like I said, I've made almost zero progress on the mainline story quest. The other 2 patch notes up the top were miscellaneous text display issues and miscellaneous bug fixes. Personally, I haven't really found almost any bugs or text display issues as far as actual glitches and things go in the game, so quite happy with this one so far. But a major thing that I will note is that the recent duplication exploit via the quest, the give and receive thing that was going on with pawns in the rift, has been fixed as far as my testing has gone, which is a bit unfortunate, but it was bound to happen at some point. The next few notes are exclusive to the PlayStation 5. They say adding the option to switch motion blur on and off in options. So this one can be done at any point in the game outside of the title screen as well. And again, yeah, it just takes off that motion blur, which I know quite a few people do have a problem with. The second patch note is adding the option to switch ray tracing on and off in options. Now this can only be turned off from the main title screen before you actually go into the game. It'll be grayed out if you're in the actual game, but ray tracing has to deal with lighting and how it bounces off different surfaces. So generally it will give you a better feeling or a better sense of lighting in the game and reflective lighting. I didn't notice a massive difference, but generally for me, apart from the low frame rate, when I was playing the PS5, I had pretty much zero issues with the graphics anyway. So for me, not a major thing, but I'm just going to be keeping it on if it was originally on anyway. The other option added is adding the option to set frame rate at max 30 frames in options. Now, I don't think this was part of it in the original one. I think it was variable and performance. I could be wrong on that. I honestly didn't look too much through the graphics options. Being on a PlayStation, I didn't really bother too much, but they are adding that option to limit the frame rate. But again, I can't really see too much of an issue. I know there is definitely frame issues, and I did get some frame rate slowdown definitely in big boss fights with particles shooting everywhere and things. But for me, you know, as a console pleb, I'm not really too fussed about those things, honestly. But it's good to see that they're adding these options. I really hope someday we do get the 60 FPS, but who knows? And exclusively for the Steam or PC version, they said improving quality when DLSS super resolution is enabled. I believe this has something to do with the NVIDIA cards and how they use the super sampling to make the resolution look better. I definitely know there has been a lot of performance issues on the PC, so anything they're doing to fix it is a good thing, but it really should have released in a better state. And finally, they have fixing an issue related to the display of models under some specific settings. That's not being too specific in itself, so I don't really know what that relates to, but again, hopefully it fixes some of the visual issues that the PC players are seeing. All of these options do seem nice, but down the bottom they have a little asterisk and it says these options won't affect frame rate significantly. Improvements to frame rate are planned for future updates. So not too much gameplay wise coming out of that. It is nice to see that they are taking steps to appease the community with the 99 of those Art of Metamorphosis and the new game option. But honestly, both of these things shouldn't have had to be patched in. They should have been there from the start. It's good to see also they're making some steps towards the visual quality, but again, like that footnote says, it's not going to affect the frame rate too much. So let's hope they release that big improvement to frame rate patch soon. If you found this video informative, then please leave a thumbs up. If you have any comments or suggestions, then leave them down below. And if you haven't subscribed already, then please do so. This has been Lemon Eating Cow. Moo!